Darkness falls across the land. Creatures crawl in search of blood.
Nobody knocks off an old man in my neighborhood.
Hello there. Welcome to my review of Eerie, Indiana, Episode 6, Just Say No Fun. The title of which is clearly a spoof on the 1980s anti-drugs campaign Just Say No, which bizarrely featured actors from British children's drama Grange Hill perform in front of First Lady Nancy Reagan.
Hello. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you.
The episode begins with Marshall and Simon pulling a practical joke on Mr. Teller as a madball pops out of his cereal. Madballs were part of the craze of making children's toys inspired by horror that peppered the 80s, with madballs taking their place alongside the Garbage Pail Kids, My Pet Monster, Boglins and Teddy Ruxpin. The three of them then play the same trick on Mrs. Teller, and then the four do the same to Cindy. At school, they, along with a bully, get into trouble with the principal, but rather than getting detention, they are sent for an eye test. The bully comes out of the test with new glasses and a new personality.
Marshall, Simon, I apologize for fighting with you. I'm sorry I misbehaved.
Apologetic and polite. When it's Simon's turn for his eye test, he also comes out with a change upon him, wanting to get straight on with his schoolwork. Marshall hides when it's his turn and is highly suspicious of Simon's new studious attitude, and a similar attitude of all his glasses-wearing classmates. At the World of Stuff, Mr. Radford suggests Marshall launch an all-out assault on this new seriousness with the GM 2020, which turns out to be a pair of Groucho Marx glasses. It works like a charm to break Simon from his spell.
Let me try him.
And he is able to recount everything that happened to him. It's not the glasses that change people, it's hypnotic brainwashing that the new nurse is employing. The boys plan to hit back the next day, but Simon is returned to his zombified state with a call from the nurse. Marshall finds out too late that Simon is back under the spell as he's in the eye test chair. It's here that Nurse Nancy reveals she intends to eliminate fun and imagination as it is counterproductive for society.
Well, in this day and age, Mr. Teller, we don't want courage and imagination. These days demand a certain simplicity, a certain shallowness.
Is that why you're against fun?
Oh, fun is poison.
Marshall manages to break the spell on Simon with the glasses again and gets Nurse Nancy in the chair, hypnotizing her to have fun and breaking the spell for everybody else. While this is an overt commentary on the demand for seriousness and the demonization of frivolity in children that arose in certain circles in the early 90s after a decade of weird and bizarre toys, cartoons and children's films, as referenced with the appearance of Madball at the start of the episode. And the cure for this enforced blandness being a symbol of anarchic fun represented by Groucho Marx, this Marxist revolution is also a commentary on the rapid increase in Ritalin prescriptions for children that happened at this time. While the understanding of ADHD increased, leading to an increase in prescriptions, there was also a lot not yet known about the drug, or the condition which it was meant to treat, meaning that many children without ADHD were prescribed the drug for just acting like children. Despite not having 83% of the population of the world, the US accounts for 83% of ADHD medication consumed today, and is seen by some as an easy fix for a more complex issue. I want to make it clear I'm not demonizing the drug, as it has been proven to be relatively safe and successful at treating certain conditions, but as with all medication, it should only be taken if absolutely necessary, and the stats in the US tend to suggest it is used as a panacea for all types of behavior control. As the episode shows, children being zombified by hypnosis, there is a definite suggestion that this is something that was happening across America at the time, as Ritalin use doubled every year through the 1990s. It's also a very enjoyable episode though, with Marshall and Simon at the core of it, and it certainly taps into most kids' fears of becoming boring and unable to have fun, or adulthood as I now know it to be called. Easily another 5 out of 5, this hits the buttons for entertaining fun and delivering a serious message, but also expands on Marshall and Simon's friendship. Thank you. Goodbye.